Vishavahi. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om इतना अच्छा शब्द है, ऐसा अच्छा शब्द है. It's something like, Om is like a wave. See, it calms your mind, quietens your mind. And that's what is needed. In all phases of our life, a calm mind is what gives us peace, what gives us tranquility, and it doesn't cover the intellect also. So our intellect is sharp, can take a quick decision and right decision, and can distinguish between right and wrong, good and bad. So a calm mind, if the inclination of a person is towards the world, that the calm mind helps him in transacting his business, his affairs, his behavior in the world with a cool mind. If the person's inclination is towards spirituality, that means seeking the truth, who I truly am, this calm mind also helps, greatly helps in trying to discover your true nature. True nature is of peace, bliss and happiness. We are missing that. In our day-to-day, everyday life, nearly all beings, all born, all living beings rather. So we are trying to seek the happiness and peace outside, and you know what all we do to get peace or happiness from the objects, the fleeting objects, the objects which come and go, they will stay. The perishable world, the perishable jagat, that which is impermanent, how can it give you a permanent peace, leave alone bliss? How will it give you permanent peace and bliss? This has been talked about umpteen number of times. So there is nothing new about it. Everybody knows about it. Then what is that thing? What goes wrong in us? Why do I become, let's pose a question with ourselves, why do I become sometimes happy, sometimes unhappy, sometimes peaceful, sometimes I'm in pieces? And in our everyday transaction, don't we find that we are agreeing and disagreeing with people? We lose our harmony. We enter into conflict. My logic doesn't fit with the other's logic. There's a conflict, confusion, disharmony. And sometimes, if you things don't work out the way you want them to work out, then then there is an anger. All these things are किसके परिवार हैं ये? Anger, attachment, anger, फिर greed, envy, jealousy. All these are attached to what? How do they arise in a person? What is the basic cause of them? Who do they belong to? ये किसके परिवार से ये आती हैं सारी negative भावनाएं, all these negative feelings and emotions? कहाँ से आती हैं? Who is the one that is the cause of all these? Don't we know? We all know. We call it ego, or we call it ahankar. This ego or ahankar, every living being has it. Of course, we are aware that it is not there in very illumined souls, highly evolved souls, realized saints and sages, and those who have conquered their mind, and they are always at peace with themselves. There it is not found. But in other beings who just have it and don't realize that they have it, there it is present all the time. How do we realize that I have that ego in me? Because I am one with the ego, not separate. So I can't see. You see, to see something, you have to be away from it, separate from it, apart from it. Then you can see it. Suppose I'm seeing this book. So this book is separate from me. This book becomes seen and I become the seer. So the scene is I am the seer and this is the scene apart from me, separate from me, not me, separate from me. So I can see it, realize it and understand it also, appreciate it also. But to realize the ego, the ahankar in us is very difficult. It takes a lot of sadhana and a lot of practice and a lot of, anubhav karne wali cheez hai ki yes, I have realized this is how it happens. Maharishi Ramana, I had a book, Talks with Maharishi Ramana, I think about, could be about maybe 50, 55 years ago. And in that book, Maharishi Ramana says a simple thing. This ego is an I thought. It comes over you and it covers your real identity. It makes you believe that you are the body, you are the mind, the feeler, you are the intellect, the thinker that has a logic, its own personal, each person has its own logic, perception and feelings and your senses, what they look, everybody has their individual perceptions. They all have their own feelings and emotions. Some get affected by it, some don't. Some and all people have their own personal knowledge based on how much they know, how much they have gained out of the books, scriptures, or sitting at the feet of the gurus, saints and sages and realized persons. So this I, the ego that appears, Maharishi Ramana says, it's a thought that appears silently, like a ghost, quietly, and we don't even know where it appears. It appears every time, in fact, if you ask me. You have to become completely aware of it, then only you can control it. And how can you control it when you see it separate from you? Very difficult thing. How do I separate? How do I understand? How do I see that I thought, which is the ego thought, which covers over me and covers my real identity, clouds it, covers it, and then makes me believe otherwise, and I lose my peace, happiness, harmony in life. How do I realize this I thought that comes silently and I don't even know it? Most people we have seen, all of us say, you have an ego, you are angry, you are jealous, you have an envy. So we always point the finger to the other person because we can see in the other person all these negative qualities. हम दूसरे में दुर्गुण देख सकते हैं और देखते हैं और पॉइंट आउट भी करते हैं कि तुम्हारे में बहुत गुस्सा है, तुम बहुत जेलस हो, तुम्हारे बहुत अहंकार है. Even small children in the West, they always say, this man is a bully. He thinks too much of himself. So all the time, talking about himself, and I don't like him. So nobody likes somebody who has an ego or ahankar or abhiman over his positions. How do we get to know this ego? Unless I realize, understand, see the ego as seen, and I the real seer, then I can let it pass, not get succumbed to it, not become slave to it, then I win the battle. How do we do that? Well, there is a small story that I need to share with you, and we mentioned in a book also, Sai Baba My Pilot, that I was a pilot, right? And this story is about, I think, about 50 years old, yes. So I was going on a flight from Delhi to Kathmandu. So I had 4 stripes, captain, cap, and then I had a briefcase and a night kit. We used to have a night stop in Kathmandu. I went through the customs, immigration, clearance and all that. And as out of the terminal building, I wanted to go out on the tarmac to reach the aircraft, to fly the aircraft. There was a gate, a door, through which we go out onto the tarmac, where the aircraft are standing. There was a guard sitting there. And that guard was sitting on a stool. So when I approached him, in one hand the briefcase, in the other hand the night kit, and the cap and all that, I expected that person, that guard, to open the door for me to step out. He did not. He was just sitting there as if unmindful, as if he was expecting me to open it yourself and go. Whereas I was loaded, left and right hand. So I looked at him, he got the message, and with one hand, he opened the door and he did something fantastic to me. I'm very grateful to that person, to that indication, which is nothing but except Shri Krishna, who must have given that message through that God. And what was that message? The God says, go. The rude wave of his hand, go. Oh my God, that was very hurting, insulting. I went out on the tarmac, put down my briefcase and the night kit, and suddenly I realized a wave came over me. And the wave of what? Being insulted. The rude behavior of the guard hurt. How could he do that to a 4-striper captain? And this is everyday affair. He's sitting there for this purpose only, guarding the gate. How could he be so rude? I felt very hurt, insulted, and immediately a wave rose in me. And the wave was this: hurt, rude, insult, because of the action of this guard, rude action of this guard. I saw this wave rise over me. Before I could succumb under the wave to ride over me, I remembered Maharishi Ramana, what he said. He said, you are real. You neither rise, you neither fall, you are ever steady. That is called Satyam. You always are. You always are steady, unmoving, unshaken. Because आप उठ के जाएंगे कहाँ when you are already there. You don't have to rise. So that is our state of being, as you are, and you are aware of all that is happening. So when I saw this wave pass in front of me, I remembered Maharishi Ramana, who said, stay put, don't do anything, don't get attached to that wave. If you do that, you will be under the wave, under the influence of the wave, and that wave is the ego. The I-ness will come in you, the I. I'm so-and-so, a captain. And then everything that is attached to a pilot, a captain, to that person. And how could this be done to me? This ego comes over me, and then comes the family along with it, the ego family, the parivar of the ahankar, anger, krodh aata hai, the feeling of hurt, the feeling of, the person being rude and insulting me, not honoring me, not respecting me, all that, वो परिवार एकदम साथ में आ जाता है. When that comes and you fall under it because you become unaware of it, then you are in it. You become egoistic. And you don't even realize it. It happens so suddenly. Every time it happens, you don't realize it. You are under it, and how can you see ego? When you are one with it. But at that time, when I saw Maharishi Ramana, when I heard him, stay put, do nothing. Watch it. Let the wave pass over. Watch the wave as you watch a TV. I just stood there silently and I waited for that wave. I saw it rise. I saw all those negative feelings of hurt, this, that and the other, and I did nothing. And I saw it subside also. And then what did I do? Nothing. I became a witness of something which I saw. All this kind of a hurt and anger and rude behavior and the feeling of insult, disrespect and all that was in the form of a wave. But here, that wave become a scene. I could see it separate from me. Not me, I'm separate from me. If I would have been unaware, not careful, I would have succumbed to it and would have become angry and would have said something to the God. How can you do this to me? Don't you realize who I am? That are the signs of an egoistic personality. But thank God to Maharishi Ramana, I saw this as a scene, and then the real seer was there, steady as a mountain, unmoving, watching everything, drashta bhav. Even the Gita says also, in the 13th chapter and the 15th Shloka or whatever, that you are a seer, a drashta. You are seeing, and the prakriti, the nature, is constantly changing. Not you, not you. I am steady as ever. Steady. I will not go into more detail about the steadiness, but little it can be understood. Steady means the awareness of who I am has been since the childhood, the day I am born, to the adult, to the elderly age, to the time I realize, the person realizes his true identity, that this has been constant with us. What has been changing are the surroundings, the prakriti, the nature, the world, everything in the world, changing like a river, changing like the time. Everything is changing, not me. This realization comes by jnana, by knowledge, by sitting at the lotus feet of the Guru, and by meditating, silencing your mind, contemplating, thinking about it, and then thinking about it, what? Oh my God, now I realize this wave of ego comes over me, which makes me egoistic, but today I have seen it as separate from me, so it is not me. I am not the ego. It's just a wave. A ghost who walks in silently, creeps in. So I am clearly seeing this wave arising in me, but now I have become aware of it. Even previous times, I was not aware of it, and all the time I succumbed to it. Where does it say so? It says in the Shruti, also in the Shruti Text, number 14, the Shruti says that I am the seer. The objects of the world around me are the seen. That is why I see them, because they are separate from me. They have a perishable nature. They keep on changing. Not me. I am watching their change. I am witnessing their change. I am sitting on the bank of the river, watching the river flow. If I want to have a dip in the river, I can have a dip in the river, but not the second time in the same water which has now flowed away. Time has flowed away. See, now I'm talking, let's say about whatever time. That time is gone in the past, received in the past. It has become an experience or knowledge or whatever, a memory. I am the same. So the capability, the understanding of that I am a witness to see all the change, it could be outside also. And through the medium of consciousness, I am aware of the body inside, the whole body of mine. See, I'm aware of my eyes, nose, ears, and my hands, my legs, my feet, everything I'm aware. What I am aware of is separate from me, not me. They are separate from me. When I say this is my hand, it is separate from me, obviously. Similarly, when I say this is my mind, it is separate from me. When I say this is my intellect, thinking, obviously it is separate from me. That's why you say it is mine. So this I and mine are the result of the ego rises in us, the false identity in us, which is so imposing that it overpowers before we realize that we are under it. But once you realize it, that all this is seen, even this body is seen, because I can see it. Through what? Through the instrument of consciousness. Now, what is this consciousness? This consciousness is something which says, I am conscious of my body. I am conscious of all the objects through my 5 windows, through my 5 sense organs. So that consciousness, when I say I am conscious of it, I am conscious of the world, I am conscious of the body. If there is pain in the body, here, there, headache or stomach pain, or here, there, knee pain or whatever, it is through the consciousness that I become aware of something other than my true self. ये consciousness है ना, ये प्रकाशक तो है, but this is not, this is inert. Inert means it has no light of its own, but it has been lighted by some inner light. Consciousness is illuminating the world fine, it knows the world fine, through the 5 instruments is good, but this consciousness is prakashak of the objects outside. जैसे sun is a prakashak, isn't it? The sun प्रकाशक है क्योंकि उस sun ने सबको प्रकाश दिया है और इसलिए everything is visible. बस उस sun के अंदर उस प्रकाश को भी प्रकाश देने वाला जो है, that is परमात्मा है, that is ज्योति स्वरूप है. जो प्रकाश को भी प्रकाश देने वाला है वो है एवर प्रेजेंट ज्योति स्वरूप है, परमात्मा है, परम आत्मा. सबके अंदर आत्मा है और सबका स्वामी वो है, हर एक की इंडवेलर वो है, प्लस ही इज द वन हु इज द मास्टर ऑफ ईश मास्टर ऑफ सबका, हमारा भी, लिविंग बीइंग्स का भी और नॉन लिविंग बीइंग्स का भी. वो उसकी प्रकृति है, उसकी नेचर है, उसकी शक्ति है, उसकी माया शक्ति है, जो प्रकृति है, जो उसके मेनी फॉर्म्स उसके अंदर उनको रिप्रेजेंट करती है. इन सबको देख करके ये लगता है ओ माय गॉड, ये आपकी शक्ति है. This beautiful world, the creation, the birds and the bees and the trees, the herbs, the rivers, the mountains, the sun and the stars and the moon and everything, ये सब आपकी ही शक्ति के रूप है और आपकी ही कृपा से, आपकी वजह से ही आप इसके कारण हैं. आपने इनको बनाया. You willed it. Where is it said? Gita chapter 9 Shloka 4th and the 6th. सारे मेरे ही रूप हैं. हर वेव के अंदर, चाहे इधर शुरुआत हो, चाहे क्रेस्ट हो या मर्जिंग हो, हर एक के अंदर पानी है. तो इन दिस वर्ल्ड इज नथिंग except God and His Shakti and His power and His inherent power in the Lord. भगवान की शक्ति, शिव शक्ति है ना, जैसे शिव पार्वती, वो पार्वती के तो अनेक रूप हैं, you know, दुर्गा, लक्ष्मी, सरस्वती, all that. Krishna, Radha, Rama, Sita. So they appear as separate to tell us that they are basically one, to make us realize His power, His Shakti, His glory, His aura, and all that is created this world. And this world makes us believe, makes us realize, makes us inquisitive. Oh my God, this beautiful world, if this is so beautiful, then its creator must be even more beautiful. जब ये संसार इतना सुंदर खूबसूरत है तो उसको बनाने वाला कितना खूबसूरत होगा. That is the experience that we have to one day realize. And here is where our previous talk comes into view. We are that. Tattvamasi. You are that. This is a statement of the four Mahavakyas में जो वेदों के द्वारा, to the Vedas, these are the indicative to tell us that thou art Tattvamasi, you are that. And when you realize that I am not this ghost, the ego, that covers my reality, true identity, and this is what the Guru is pointing to me, you are that, not this false identity, this darkness that comes over me. Then you try to stabilize. You become cool. You become unreacted, unagitated, unprovoked. Gita again, chapter 12, Shloka 19th. Tulya Ninda Stuti Moni. Stay quiet, mourn, grow. Balanced, where? In rise and fall, in praise and blame, in the dualities of life, sorrow and happiness. In all these dualities of life which come and go, which pass over you, you feel that it is happening to me. But a person who can be steady is Thati Pragya, a man of steady wisdom. His wisdom is unwavering, unshaken, steady. And such a person is dear to Krishna. And if you can't really handle this, you can't even do it, and you seem to, let's say, you did a lot of tapas and meditation, sadhana and all that, and we think that we are, even though we know it, we know what it is, and supposing we are not able to achieve that state of the being, then Krishna says, surrender to me. Relax. I am in control. And भगवान के चरणों पर सरेंडर करके उनकी कृपा पर ही निर्भर रहता है, entirely at His grace and mercy, then He takes over. He is the driver. He is our guide. He is a charioteer, like Arjuna made Krishna as a charioteer. He is the charioteer. He is our Ganesha in our intellect. He is the charioteer, like he was to Krishna, Arjuna. He keeps us on the right track. And this is our prayer in the Gayatri Mantra. First we chant what is God? Om, तीनों कालों में, समय में, स्थानों में रहने वाला, all pervasive, all pervading. Om. Short name for God, describes His creation by the Shabd Om, and He is the one who is present in all situations, all periods of time, all states of being, whether you wake or dream or sleep, He is all the time there. That is the ever-present illumination, Jyoti Swarupa, Self Paramatma. आज इस सब्जेक्ट को यहीं रोक देना चाहिए. क्यों? बिकॉज टू मच ऑफ दिस माइंड की ग्रेप्स के बाहर हो जाता है. it should be contained in the mind, and what we should retain is the essence of what has been spoken about, not me. Somebody comes, a thought comes and illuminates. All these rishis and munis, they sat silently in the mountains of the Himalayas, and in that silent mind, the knowledge trickles down, and they download it into their intellect, into their memory, and the books are written. So the knowledge is, God is everywhere, and knowledge is everywhere. Wisdom is everywhere. Knowledge of the world and wisdom of the self, everywhere. You only have to become aware of the wisdom that is always available. We should become a receiver. There is nothing new that we have to create or know. It is already there. Just become adhikari, a deserving, to realize that which is already there. भगवान ने हमको सब कुछ दे के रखा हुआ है, इस ego ने उसको cover कर रखा है. So how do we uncover ourselves and realize the truth which is already there? आकाशवाणी की तरह वो आपको आती रहेगी अगर हम अपने आप को शांत रख सकें तो. इसलिए तत्वमसि जब इशारा देता है गुरु, then you sit down, meditate, contemplate, become a witness to your thought. Let them pass over. When the thoughts realize this person is not a taker, he is not buying me, he doesn't care about me. Slowly and slowly, with abhyasam, Shri Krishna says in the 4th chapter to Arjuna, vairagya or abhyas se you can control your mind. Vairagya, I have nothing to do with it now. It's a come and go. It disturbs me, but I'm not getting disturbed. Because now I've seen it. It's a vision. It's a scene. And I'm the real seer. So with this abhyasa, with this practice, understanding, if we become aware of ourselves, constantly be conscious of our not getting attached to this ego, and then becoming a witness to it, and not only that, we become a witness of our own thinking also. बड़ी मुश्किल से आता है. Even I took a long time. You see, जैसे बोल रहे हैं ना हम लोग, ऐसा लगता है कि मैं बोल रहा हूँ और बाकी लोग सुन रहे हैं. Supposing there are 5 people there, so I feel that I am speaking to 5 people. But think again, not 5 people, 6 people, because this person is also talking. And who's the one who's aware of those 5 plus this one who's talking? So I am aware of myself. अगर ये आ जाए तो, ये फीलिंग आ जाए तो, ये एक्सपीरियंस आ जाए तो, ये अनुभव अगर हो जाए तो, then you become aware of what slips out of your lips. The words that come out of your lips are like arrows which can be go and hurt or please somebody but cannot be retrieved. So you become watchful and careful of what you speak or what you say. Then automatically your tone changes. Words तो वही रहते हैं, tone change हो जाते हैं, and they are not hurting anyone. Like Sai Baba says, hurt never, serve and all, love all, and don't hurt anyone, because anyone is not, you are and them are one and the same. So if you are hurting others, in fact you are hurting yourself also. He may be hurt and he may pass away, but the guilt of it will remain in you. आपने आप किसी को पर गुस्सा किया, एक बार गुस्सा करके वो तो चला गया. You're thinking about it 99 times, so you are hurting yourself. So all these things we'll put at rest by saying, become aware of your own thinking, become aware of your own speaking, and become aware of everything and discriminate. Viveka buddhi, discriminate between good and bad, right and wrong, and finally for the person who is very spiritually inclined, jigyasu जिसे कहते हैं ना, earnest seeker of the truth, in quest of truth, उसके लिए he should realize between real and unreal. All these things don't exist in my deep sleep. The moment I wake up, ekdam se, I become the seer and this becomes the seen. So here is what I have to do, my duty, perform my dharma, the right action, under the guidance of Shri Krishna, Sai Baba, sitting in my intellect and guiding me all the time, putting me on the right track, is our prayer. Om Bhur Bhuva Swah, तीनों लोकों के मालिक, तत्सवितुर, ज्ञान देने वाले, shining like a brilliant sun, illuminating. Illuminating means कि उनकी जो illumination है, जो ज्योति है, सन की ज्योति, तो एक पूरे let's say एक ब्रह्मांड कोई करेगी ना, एक हमारे यूनिवर्स को ही तो करेगी ना, but there are umpteen number of universes, उनका सूर्य तो अलग अलग होगा, but this सूर्य, this ज्योति is continuous, no beginning, no end, no limit, and ये सबकी ज्योतियों का ज्योति ये है. Seer behind the scene is this. हम सोचते हैं कि मैं देख रहा हूँ, that I, उसके पीछे भी जो ज्योति है वो परमात्मा की ज्योति है ever since. So इसको ज़्यादा डीप ना जाके यही रियलाइज करें और अपने अंदर एक प्रोग्राम बना लें कि what am I supposed to do? I should become aware of the rise of ego in me. Forget about others, they have it, they don't have it, that is their business. So आप किसी के स्वभाव को, नेचर को चेंज नहीं कर सकते. We cannot change the other person's nature, not in our control. Most of us are born that way. Our genes are like that, and we happen to be like that, and we are living like that. They're truthfully living to the way they are made. But a person who is very inquisitive and inclined and on the path of spirituality and seeking the truth, that person embarks on the path that I should become aware of everything without getting affected by it. अगर हो सकता है तो करो, नहीं हो सकता है तो गीता 18 chapter 66 श्लोका मामैकम शरणं व्रज, मैं तुमको सब पापों से दूर कर दूंगा. I liberate you from all sins if you surrender to me. How? With your senses, with your mind, feeler, with your logical thinking mind. All that surrender to me, I'll take over, I'll be in charge. Relax, I'm in control. Then he becomes our constant guide, constant charioteer, and then we are in the safe hands of Swami or Saint Krishna. So, हमें भी effort करनी चाहिए. We should become अधिकारी, we should become deserving to receive his grace. कैसे? भाई कोशिश तो हमें करनी पड़ेगी ना. और हम एक कोशिश करेंगे तो if we take one step, he will take 10 steps. Because he will realize, the God will realize that he is on the right track. He is trying to seek my grace. So he'll come forward. He's all like we are looking forward to God. God is looking forward for a devotee seeker like you. See, because he is ready to help. Only we allow ourselves to be helped. You see, so we have to go over, surpass, be in control of the mind, be a witness of the mind, and then discriminate between right and wrong, real and unreal. All these things are come and go, passing showers like wave. So इनसे ज़्यादा effect नहीं होना चाहिए, है ना? Remember what Chinmayanand also used to say, even this too shall pass away. All times, good or bad, all age, everything, सब कुछ आता है, ठहरता है, चला जाता है. उत्पत्ति, स्थिति और लय, ये प्रकृति का नियम है. ये इसमें जो मस्ती करना चाहता है, करो मस्ती. दुनिया में खुश रहना चाहते हैं, go ahead, enjoy the world created by the Lord. The one who becomes seeker, who realizes ultimately सब कुछ मैंने करके देख लिया, अब इस 82-83 साल की उम्र के अंदर सब कुछ एक्सपीरियंस करके देख लिया, but now I realize at my age what am I supposed to do? Continue doing what I've been doing all this time? No. The time has come for me to become a witness to all this what is happening around, not get affected, not get agitated, not become elevated or hurt or anything, become steady as ever, and find if you are steady, the peace is steady. And when you connect with the Lord, then you become blissful, because your mind becomes shant, quiet, and when the mind is very quiet, then He appears in the mind and He is nothing but bliss, always happy. Sai Baba के पास में हम लोग जाते थे, and say, Swami, happy birthday. He said, I'm always happy. Happy Onam, I'm always happy. So he is always happy and he's sitting in our heart and I'm not happy. Kamal ho gaya. So that connection with the Lord, who is blissful, Jyoti Swarupa, and we all say God is in our heart. हम लोग इतना करीब रहते हुए, both of us live like two birds on a tree. एक बर्ड तो विटनेस बन के बैठा हुआ, the other bird is tasting the ripe unripe खट्टे मीठे फलों को खा करके दुखी सुखी हो रहा है. Where is the message is of the Guru, message is of Bhagwan. अरे भाई ये दोनों एक ही हैं. You and I are one. Why don't you become like me? If I am always happy and blissful, why can't you be? Because of delusion, ignorance, you think you are different. And all these problems arise. तो धीरे धीरे हमें अपने आप को संभालना चाहिए, संभालना पड़ेगा. और we have to realize what? That I should not get upset by what others said or did. I should not allow my mind to get agitated, provoked. Because then you become, the mind becomes a scene, you become a seer. You're separate from all these agitations of the mind, negative, positive qualities of the mind, dukh, sukh of the mind, and you are remaining unaffected, then you are a man of steady wisdom. हमें रोज we should become aware, or let's say conscious of our mind, our own thoughts will become imposing over us, overpowering us. The words which are inadvertently we say something and we regret later on because they pass unnoticed through the, look at God, He's created set of teeth and set of lips. Two gates He's created to tell us, be very careful what you speak. Even then they slip out. So we have to be very careful to keep a check, a control over what we see, what we hear, what we smell, what we taste, not succumb to the taste. अगर किसी ने अपने टेस्ट को कंट्रोल कर लिया, so say the scriptures, उसका माइंड कंट्रोल होने लगेगा. Because this is an impulse. The taste जो होता है ना, taste buds जो होते हैं, ये इसमें इतनी impulse होती है that you are tempted to taste and eat what you like. So this is a great temptation. This has to be conquered. जिसने अपने टेस्ट को कंट्रोल में कर लिया, वो काफी हद तक, to some extent, he is on the right path of controlling his mind. So we should keep a check over our eyes, what we see. Don't get stuck anywhere, like a camera. सब कुछ देखो, click नहीं करो. And make our mind like a non-stick pan. उसके अंदर सब कुछ पकेगा, हलवा भी पकेगा और सब्जी भी पकेगी, खट्टी मीठी सब कुछ होगी. पैन को कुछ नहीं फर्क पड़ता. Let our mind be, सब कुछ फील भी करे, सब कुछ करे, लेकिन फर्क नहीं पड़ना चाहिए मेरे को. That kind of a steadiness in a mind where we are in full control of our organs, what we see, what we hear, our hands, what we do. तभी कहते हैं ना, लोटस आइड भगवान को कहते हैं, लोटस के ऊपर वहीं से उसी शरीर के अंदर रहता हुआ ये जीव आत्मा और किसी चीज से अफेक्टेड नहीं होता। जैसे लोटस है, उसके ऊपर पानी की बूंद अगर आ जाए, कीचड़ में रहता है लेकिन पानी की बूंद से उसको असर नहीं होता। लोटस आइड तो हमारी आंखें सब कुछ देखें लेकिन किसी चीज से असर नहीं हो। हमारे कान हैं, ये तो फिजिकल ऑर्गन है, सुनेंगे, अच्छा भी सुनेंगे, बुरा भी सुनेंगे। When this becomes lotus quality में आ जाएगी, then we can see everything and not get affected by it. Only that which is beneficial for us, which is necessary for us, elevating for us, that we hear, that what we see, and that is what we talk about, that is what we speak. है ना? इस तरह से हमारे ये हाथ हैं, ये भी लोटस अगर हो जाए तो इसके अंदर से सेल्फिशनेस तो चली जाएगी. We do all actions, but nothing sticks. There is no, what sticks is I-ness. मैंने किया, मैंने बोला, मेरी वजह से हुआ, मैंने तुम्हें बताया, नहीं तो तुम कर नहीं सकते थे, मैंने तुम्हें कराया, तुमने कुछ नहीं किया, मैंने किया. एवरीवेयर मैं का तड़का जो लगा रहता है, ये लोटस कंसेप्ट से ये एकदम से हमारे से अलग हो जाता है. इसी तरह से चरण भी ऐसे हैं, वो भी अगर लोटस हो, सब जगह जाएंगे, अच्छी जगह आपको ले जाएंगे, सत्संग जगह ले जाएंगे. And wherever the situation, environment is not conducive to your good thinking and good attitude and good behavior and good environment, there you will not go. The lotus feet will not allow you to take you because you are under the protection and guidance of Shri Krishna. Again, let's stop here. And from this day onwards, let's practice. मेरे को किसी चीज का नेगेटिव का कभी असर नहीं होना चाहिए. I should remain unprovoked, unagitated, है ना? Neither I create agitation in the other, nor do I allow agitation to be created in me. That is non-violence. साईं बाबा बोलते थे ना, सत्य, धर्म, शांति, प्रेम और अहिंसा. सत्य is my truth that we have just talked about. Ever steady, has always been and will always be. Satya Dharma. This body is given to us to do a dharma, which Krishna taught to Arjuna. That is your dharma. You find out what is your dharma. In the stage of life that you are, as a student, study. As a grasta, okay, grasta ashram, do वही आश्रम है, उसका धर्म निभाओ अच्छी तरह से. And at our stage of renunciation, or and that is the time when you have passed through all these stages, that this is the time to contemplate and find constant eternal happiness or bliss. That is what it is. So ये सब सोचने के बाद के अंदर, and then you come at a resolution in your mind. I keep in my mind that I should control my thoughts, not allow any irregular or unpleasant or unholy thoughts to cross my mind. And if you think we are not able to do that, divert the mind. वो तो रिवर की तरह है माइंड. कृष्ण अर्जुन ने भी कहा भाई हवा की तरह, आई कैन नॉट कंट्रोल. कृष्ण को कि ठीक है, मेरी सूरत को देखो. 7th चैप्टर में फर्स्ट श्लोका में श्री कृष्ण ने बता दिया, मैं आसक्त मनः, अपने मन को मेरे अंदर आसक्त कर. बी अटैच टू माई फॉर्म ओनली. वहीं से तू अगर मेरे फॉर्म पर अगर तू अपने मन को लगा के रखेगा, द फॉर्म विच इज वेरी प्लेजेंट, सूदिंग और लविंग फॉर्म, अट्रैक्टिव. कृष्णा कृष्णा इतनी अट्रैक्टिव फॉर्म, चाहे उनकी हो, चाहे साईं बाबा की हो, चाहे जो आपको इष्ट देवता है जिसमें आपको बहुत अट्रैक्शन लगता है, आपका मन वो खींचा हुआ चला जाता है, बी अटैच टू दैट. तो कृष्णा सेज इन द 7th चैप्टर, फिर तुमको मैं तुम्हारे हृदय के अंदर, मन के अंदर स्थित हो जाऊंगा. तुम्हारा को मेरे को सोचना नहीं पड़ेगा. यू डोंट हैव टू थिंक अबाउट इट बिकॉज आई विल ऑलवेज बी देयर. अंदर देखा, निगाह झुका ली और मुलाकात हो गई. तो एक बार परमात्मा के किसी को रूप को, उनकी लीलाओं को गा करके, उनकी कथाएं सुन करके और उनका भजन कीर्तन उनको करके उनको ऐसा अच्छा अपने मन के अंदर उनको ऐसा बिठा लो कि वो हमेशा वहाँ प्रेजेंट रहें, परमानेंट सिटीजन बन गए ना वहाँ पर। अब जो धर्म वो आता है वो भगवान का हुक्म है। वो गुरु नानक जी ने बोला हुक्म रजाई चलना, उसकी रजा में अपनी रजा, उसकी मर्जी में अपनी मर्जी, वो है भगवान का हुक्म। वो अंदर से आता है, व्हाट नॉट व्हाट आई वांट टू डू, व्हाट आई ऑट टू डू, वो मेरा धर्म हो जाता है। तो वो तो काम करना ही है सभी ने। इवन ऋषिज मुनीज एंड अवतार दे हैव कम, दे हैव शोन अस। श्री रामचंद्र जी ने हमारे पूरे जीवन के अंदर राम रामायण के अंदर ये तो बताया, राम आयन, द जर्नी ऑफ राम। यू सी हाउ यू शुड बी रेस्पेक्टफुल टू योर पेरेंट्स, टू योर लव इन केयरिंग टू योर फ्रेंड्स, एंड pay reverence to your teachers and rishis and munis and all that, and how do you take care of the bad elements also, that he has taught us this. We should, the essence of that we should take, and we should in our intellect we should make it in a concise form, सूक्ष्म रूप से वो हमारी कोई गाइडेंस बन जाए सबका एसेंस लेकर के, और वो हमको इधर कीप अस धियो योना प्रचोदयात्, he will keep my intellect, धियो बुद्धि इंटेलेक्ट on the धियो न प्रचोदयात्, keep on the right track. So भगवान का ध्यान करते वक्त, संसार में काम करते वक्त, और खुद को भी अपने ऊपर नियंत्रण, कंट्रोल, सेल्फ कंट्रोल रखते वक्त अपने बी अवेयर ऑफ your thoughts, actions, words and your character. Watch, WATCH, watch your actions, thoughts, character and heart. तो इन सब के ऊपर एक नियंत्रण, कंट्रोल रख करके एंड सुपरविजन रख करके, एंड वी शुड लीड आवर लाइफ नॉर्मली एज वी आर डूइंग नाउ. The only difference would have come, should have come, that we must all strive for is that now we should become more and more aware of all the faculties that is given to us in this precious human body. शंकराचार्य को देखो सेकंड श्लोक पे लिखा हुआ उन्होंने, this precious human body is given to us after crores of intelligent living, and we have it. Use it. Not misuse it. Use it for the purpose we are born, and the purpose is to live in peace, love and harmony with yourself, with your family, with the all in the world, and then you see oneness in all, and you can conquer everything, every situation with love. कभी मुश्किल आ जाए, कभी तो दो सेंटेंस भी कहा गए हैं, smile to solve the problem and silence to avoid the problem. These small quotes, you know, sometimes they help us live a better life. And then how do we realize that we are living a good life, better life? Is that you not only are happy with yourself, the people you're living with, whether it be home, office or society or social circle or whatever it is, the others feel good in your presence. आपका असर, आपकी ऑरा इतनी ज़्यादा हो जाएगी that you will have the environment around you will also become pure and good, you know, and peaceful. So पहले में अपने आप के अंदर खोजो, अपने आप के अंदर पीस लो, अपने आप के अंदर प्रेम जागृत करो, and then you will find that you will be a flower that speaks silently in the language of its fragrance. I-ness, minus तो रहती नहीं है. Your natural self surfaces, and that is what the another pronounced statement is. जो होते हैं ना वाक्य जो है, great utterances of the Vedas is, then you realize I am Brahmasmi, I am the truth, I am that. What Guru first said, you are that, now you realize that I am that, because you find oneness with God as a steady person, as a happy person, all the time at peace with himself and at peace with the world. The world may be changing, but you are ever peaceful. इसको ध्यान में रखते हुए, इस पे कंटेम्पलेट करते हुए, इसको अपनी ज़िंदगी में अपनाते हुए let us pass through this life, precious life given to us, and be happy and make others happy. We can't make others happy. If you are happy, then you will find that your happiness glow, aura will be around you. Wherever you will go, wherever you are, where you will be, this aura of goodness, peace, bliss and happiness will also go around with you, and you will not even become aware of it because you are like a flower. उसकी खुशबू तो हमेशा रहती है. It is one with the flower. उसकी nature ही यही है. You cannot separate the खुशबू, the fragrance from a rose. It is rose and the fragrance are the same. So the peace and bliss and happiness and what I truly am is one and the same, and that is called Sat. Chit, you become aware of it, Anandam. You are blissful. So these three things are not different. You are, obviously, you are aware of it, Chit, and Anandam. You are always in peace with yourself, love with yourself. You are blissful. Your mind doesn't trouble you anymore. So this constant practice, we pray to the Lord, pray Swami, pray Sai Baba, pray Krishna, pray Ram. Please bless us and grace us with thy grace and give us the strength and the wisdom